Hey y'all, this is Planner Nicole, and today I'm going to show you how I digital plan using my Android tablet and a program called Xodo, Xodo. I'm going to use the Boho Berry planner. It is a pre-made planner that I bought from Boho Berry on Etsy. She actually has her own site as of today, I believe, so you can check it out. There are a lot of different options that she has. The thing I like about her planners is that there are a lot of links and pages already set up, so I don't have to create them myself, as that takes a lot of time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a week for this planner. Right now when you go to September there's nothing there, and when you scroll over to October there's nothing there either. I want to add a week behind this September monthly. So what I'm going to do is come up to the top to where it says extras. And I'm going to choose one of these. I'm going to choose the Quadrant Monday Start, and it's going to take me to here. This is the week. Now I don't want to use this actual page, I need to make a copy of it. So I'm going to touch it and notice that it says page 10. Now I'm going to come over here to September again. It says page 50. I know that I want my new week to be after that, so I'm going to need it to be page 51. So I'm going to touch the screen again, and if you notice down here, these little dots, if you touch that, it'll actually take you right to your thumbnails where you can edit and add and duplicate and do everything to your full set of pages. So I'm going to go ahead and it puts you automatically at 50. I'm going to scroll all the way back up till I see page 10. Now to make a copy, you're just going to press and hold. Make sure it says one selected, because if you have more than that selected, it'll actually just copy everything. So make sure you have the one selected, and then you touch in the upper right and duplicate. And there you go. You can see you have two. Now you don't want to take this original one because that will actually mess up the pre-made links. You can always fix them. That's something awesome about this program, but you don't want to mess it up if you don't have to. So just hit the back arrow to deselect it. Press and hold this until it selects it. Scroll up a little bit, and what I find to move it down is just to move it a couple of rows at a time so you don't lose it in there. A lot of times moving it, it'll actually like pop around and then you kind of lose that page. So just go down a couple of rows at a time. And we want it right after page 50. So let's make sure, let's see, it should be one over here. It's now page 51. So I'm going to come up here, deselect it, and I'm going to touch right here. This will take me to my month, and I am going to touch September just to make sure. And now when I scroll to the right, there is my new week. So I want to add a couple of things to this. So I've already created a sticker book, but you can also just pull files in. So for the sticker book, you just touch. It's just another file here in Xodo. And Xodo just uses PDF files, and I add PNG files to it. So this is a bunch of stickers that I actually purchased from Etsy. I will try and figure out how to link that beneath the video. I'm pretty new to making videos, but I will figure it out. So let's say I want to do, we're going to start with Monday the 3rd. Just touch it. It brings up this menu. That is the copy. You can see it says copied annotation to clipboard. So just touch anywhere on the blank screen, and you can come up to your menu. Touch the blank screen, that goes away. Now I want to copy and paste it to right here, so just press and hold, and the clipboard will come up, and it brings up your number. Just press and hold to move it. Now if you want to resize it, just hold a corner. Sometimes it'll move it, and sometimes it'll resize it. Oh. Just wants to move it, make it bigger. Sometimes that helps. There you go. So you can make it as big or small as you want. And see, I use my finger a lot too. On this, it just uses a regular stylus. It's nothing fancy. It's actually just a little bit smaller one. So now I have my number 3 in there. I like it. I want to leave it. So I don't want it to move. I'm going to touch it. Touch these 3 and flatten. And now it is part of the picture. It's part of the planner. It won't move. I can't select it. So this is, you can't undo it unless you've just done it. So if you exit out of the planner, it will be a permanent change and you'd have to start your page over. If you do it on accident to change anything, just click on the page, bring this menu up, touch right there, and you can say undo. And you can do that a couple of different times to take a couple of steps back. But just remember, if the planner saves and you exit out of it, it will be a permanent change. So now I want to put in, let's see, a couple of rows back here. There are, so let's see, I want to put this in. I want to cover a day. So let's take that one, copy it, and come back over here. Now you do want to do that before you put anything else on it because it will cover any previous pictures, if you see. So I am going to take this and move it to the corner. Oh, and then I'm going to resize it some and move it again. Sometimes it'll move instead of resizing. Alright, so sometimes if you make it bigger first, it'll resize better. So I am happy with that. That is good enough for me. And I'm going to flatten. And again, now it is part of my picture. So I now have that backdrop in there. So now if I come back over to the sticker book and I want to add in the day of the week, let's see, that was Tuesday. So I'm just going to copy that and come back over. And I can click on it now because it's not a picture, it's actually embedded into it. And I can now paste it and I can move my Tuesday around wherever I want it. Okay, now I need to put in a date, so let's come back over here and we'll come back to the sticker page. I do have them linked and I can show you how I do that later, but let's see, let's go with this one, and I want that one for the 4th. So I'm going to come back over and I'm going to paste and just put it kind of like it overlapping, so just like that. So now I need to add in some things that I need to do for that day. So you're going to come up here again. To get to that menu, just tap the screen once, hit that little pencil, and that brings you to your edit. Now to edit text, you actually have to have it flattened, and it does need to be a text that you put in or a text that's previously there for it to recognize it. So the best way to add a text is just to choose this one, touch anywhere on your screen, and it brings up the text box. So I am just going to say make video. Okay, so there we go. And there it is. So you can move it around. And to edit the way it looks, the color, the font, all of that, just touch the palette and it brings up all of these options. So the first option is the color. It'll bring up recommended colors. You can actually go right here to put in a specific hex color code if you have that already. Or you can also just use any color from the wheel. And if you scroll this way, it'll bring you your most common. So you can tell I use a lot in this color scheme. So you can do that. You can choose any of these. Okay, then to go back, touch right there. If you wanted to make a background color for your text, you would choose this, and you can make the border color, or sorry, that's the border color. Or you can have no border. And then background color, this is where it would put color behind your box, and your box can change in sizes. It's really good if you kind of want to highlight something. You can use a lighter color or a dark color, anything that'll work. Thickness just affects the thickness of the font. And text size, you can go super small or you can go huge. I kind of like it right in there, 50 to 60. It's good enough to see. I can usually fit a lot on there. You can also change the opacity so you can make it real light or all the way at 100%, and choose font. So when you come in here, you might not actually have a whole lot of fonts to start. I'll do another video on how to actually pull all of your fonts in there, including custom fonts. I like the Berry Script font. It's actually the one that came with the planner. It is just her font that she created, and I actually really like it. It makes everything look really fancy. So then just touch off of it, and there you go. Now, one little quirk I do want to point out is that your text is going to move. So it jumps up. For some reason, it's not something that they have updated to fix. It just jumps. So if I wanted it right there and I touch off of it, you can see that it actually jumped up. So what you want to do is kind of put it a little below where you want it. And if I want it right at that line, you can just move it down even a little more. And see, it'll put it where you want it. It is a little bit annoying, but if you kind of figure out where you want it and know it's going to jump, it'll work out perfectly. All right, so that is how to put all of that stuff in there. So I will do more videos with more tips and tricks on how to do things in Xodo. One other thing is if you save from open from Dropbox or one of those programs, it will actually save directly to it. But if you minimize your program, it'll save the document instantly. So it's actually really a cool thing to have in there because it just saves it for you. You don't even have to do anything else. So I will make some more videos. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm going to try and get a lot of these done, but there is a whole lot to learn about it. So thanks for joining me.